TDS. So I keep one eye open like CBS. You see me stressed, right? Can I live? Can I live?
Now, for those who don't know you yet, can you please introduce yourself?
By which name, but I mean, got a couple. Baby Trag, most popular. Brooklyn. But if you really know me, you know what to call me.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's start with Ghetto Star magazine. When did you actually start that magazine?
I started the magazine 11 years ago. I had my childhood friend was part of the same crew that I was a part of, and we used to go by the Ghetto Stars. So he passed away 11 years ago. Gun violence, and I kind of wanted to create something from his and my childhood that would live on forever, something that would solidify, something that couldn't be taken away from us by police, by death, by any means that were of our control, out of our control. And that's where it came from, and that was the reason why we actually did start it. Like, we've always been Ghetto Stars at heart, but it was more about turning it into something that other people can relate to, because we felt as if there were Ghetto Stars everywhere, not just in the neighborhood that we came from, which was Brooklyn, Avenue D to be specific. Anybody who knows Brooklyn knows Avenue D, Avenue Dollar. That was our stomping grounds. So when he passed, I just wanted to do something authentic, something out of the ordinary. I didn't want to do a tattoo. I just wanted to do something that that they had to respect on and off paper.
All right. Now, for being a magazine called Ghetto Stars, what type of magazine is it? Who do you have featured in there? Is this online or mostly print?
We haven't done print yet. Not a fan of print, especially in this day and age. Social media has ruined print, in my personal opinion. But magazine-wise, it's been nothing but local situations, showcasing local promoters, local models, local rappers, local artists, local photographers, local videographers. Basically, the motto is it's a platform for the far from known. So then the idea of it is not really ghetto. Ghetto is just a mindset. The reason why Ghetto Stars magazine is Ghetto Stars magazine is because it represents the underdog. It represents those that shine no matter what, in any circumstances, how small or big. The people that you don't notice. There's people in the entourage, like the B-rollers. Like, those are the more people that make the whole situation come together, the supporters. And not only the supporters, the guys that are on the up and coming. Like, these guys that you guys follow and fans of, they've always been around, you just didn't notice them. Because the camera only gave them a quick glimpse. Ghetto Stars magazine is created and survives as the platform that brings those people out to the open.
All right, bet. Now, you're one of the premier socialite in New England. How's that help you move your brand?
It doesn't help me move my brand. The brand moves me. Me being a socialite, I would never consider myself that. I'm an outgoing person. I'm a people person. I relate to many different walks of life, and those that I don't relate to is maybe because they just don't go with my morals or principles. So to each their own. So at this point, the brand in me was one. Like, I am a ghetto star. Like, I am luxury tax. Like, this is who I am through and through.
All right. You've been associated with several different celebrities. You brought a lot of them out here, exposing the brand to a lot of people. Which one has been like the coolest to deal with, and which one you deal with more often than others?
By far, coolest person to deal with has been Vado. I don't know if the name doesn't ring any bells, but the guy from My Bay, no matter how big or how small he was, I was there as part of the height of his career, the low of his career, But on a personable level, my guy, I would have to say it's been Vado for obvious reasons. I mean, me and Vado have connected on different levels, pause. I mean, we do donuts in the snow together. Like, it's a very different thing with me and him. You know, as far as I'm cool with everyone. I'm not gonna front, but my most fun, most humble, most realist that I've met through the business, not met through regular life, has to be Vado.
All right. Now, you birthed the phrase, we do it for the culture. Why do you feel it's important to push our culture to the next level?
Because there is no culture. And I'm only talking in regards to New England. To New England, it's the unspoken truth. The culture is denied. The culture is being shadowed with quality of life. It's being pushed to the back burner by culture vultures. And I won't allow that. We are the culture. We control the culture, and by that I mean me and my guys. Like, what we stand for cannot be compromised. I know everybody else has their installments that they have contributed, and they have their time that they have. It has leaned in their favor, but it really hasn't, because at the end of the day, this is a marathon. We talking consistency and we talking about growth. And honestly speaking, from my point of view, and like I said, opinions like an asshole, everybody got one. But I mean, I'm one of the rare few that actually have stats and facts to back up my opinion, which means a lot.
All right. Now, part of that growth you speak of is the creation of the store called Luxury Tax. Why do you feel it's important to open this style of store actually?
I feel this store was more of a motivational tool than anything else. Like, I did this store to birth Black enterprise. And when I say black, maybe I use the wrong word. I did this to birth urban enterprise. I did this to show guys that were familiar with me and people that knew of me, to show them how easily it can be done if you just take the risk. If you go out there and you want something, that you can achieve it. Like, there's nothing standing in your way. Only thing standing in your way is yourself. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's not. And this store was the epitome of that. I mean, it was always an idea that I've shared with my future wife, with Jessica. Shout outs to my baby. She actually created the idea and the theme and the name Luxury Tax, and I just brought it to light. I thought it was a dope idea, and anybody who knows me knows that I invest into beautiful ideas.
All right. Now, what do you feel that set this store apart from all the others that's out there right now?
The fact that it's mine. That means a lot. That means a lot. Like this is the most comfortable place there is to shop, to stop in, to hang out. This is anything more or less than this would be a barbershop. This is the hub of the culture. This is where you come and talk about music, talk about entertainment, talk about your girl, to watch the newest videos, to get the newest clothes, to anything that you can't find that you've seen your favorite rapper or favorite celebrity wearing, or it's just something that you thought was hot and because you went to fashion. This is the place that you would pop it back. We're the most relevant. And at the end of the day, we're full participants in the lifestyle. Like, we're not eating off the lifestyle and then going back to a different lifestyle when we close our doors. Like, this is our lifestyle.
All right. Now, as starting any new business, there's always certain challenges. What challenges you felt that you had opening up this store?
None.
And how do you overcome it?
None.
There was none?
I had absolutely no challenges in opening up this store. This store was not hard for me to open up because I'm set my mind to it, and once I set my mind to something, it gets done.
All right. Rhode Island has a weird balance in itself. How did you know what was going to work and what didn't work?
Because I experienced it. I lived off the land. I hung out with the people. I rubbed elbows. I laughed at the jokes. They laughed at mine. I busted up. I drank Henny with them. I popped bottles with them. I got fly with them. I pulled up on them with my toys, which was, anybody know me know I keep a toy. Stay with a nice little will. I supported all the endeavors. I heard all the gripes. I heard all the positiveness. And before I even got involved, so I knew everything I was doing was gonna work because it was genuine. Because I literally did it. I literally did it to make a change. I didn't do it to make change. I did it to make a change.
All right. Now, one thing about the culture is always crying that they always want to be the first. Is that the reason behind the limited of product you have in your store? That it's going to be genuine, you're going to be unique every time you come out of luxury tax?
I don't. It's not necessarily about being unique. It's necessarily about giving confidence to individuality. Like I said, the culture's been watered down. No shade to anybody, but everybody got to get their bread. But I choose not to oversaturate the market and not give people that exclusivity for themselves. Like I've been a part of, and I've also witnessed the burden of being pigeonholed by your environment, by your neighborhood, by the resources in your neighborhood. So I keep things limited because I want you to never be anyplace else and have to have somebody else looking like you and feeling like you. Like that should never be the case.
All right. When I go around town, I see people that patronize your business. How as a whole has the state been receptive to you?
I mean, if everybody like you, then you're doing something wrong. So, I mean, I can't really weigh in on who likes me and who doesn't. I can't really sell you a dream and say that everybody's been for me. But what I can tell you is those that have been for me, I appreciate them, and those that haven't been for me, I appreciate them more.
All right. Now, where do you see this business in the next 5 years as speaking as luxury tax?
Oh, it'll be a chain. I'm already opening another one as we speak. So I don't know when you're gonna date this or how this is gonna drop, but luxury tax, there will be a second location dropping later this year.
All right. Now, for those who don't know, where exactly is luxury tax?
I hate to sound cheesy like a commercial, but we had 316 Cranston Street. I could do better than that. If you know Cranston Street, you know we next to Raoul's, next to Tropical. That's the best way I could put it for you. But yeah, you can't miss us, man.
All
You
right.
can't miss us, man. Like I said, we are ghetto stars. You can't miss us. We in the ghetto and we shining, so it speaks for itself.
All right. And as a store and as a company, the thing that's moving the world right now is social media. Where can they find the company or yourself?
Ghetto Star, well, we got mostly IG, Ghetto Stars Magazine, Lux Tax Clothing, Tax with 2 X's. And I mean, like I said, if you know me, if you don't know me, it's Baby Trag. If you can't find that, then it's Banco the Popular. That's the most famous. But yeah, like those are the tags, man. But like I said, if you're watching this, you can find me. If you're watching High Rhode Island, even if you don't know, you go back maybe a week, two weeks. I'm in a video somewhere. I'm in a picture. Like you can find me. I got a $1 million cheese smile. Like you can find me. If I'm not doing that, I'm next to somebody that you was listening to bumping in your car the other day or something, or maybe a female that you was beating your dick to in the bathroom or something. I brought her to the club. Like I hate to sound crazy, but it's real life, man. Like this is what we do, man.
All right. This is the hardest question of the night. You got to give your shout outs.
Shout outs. I always wanted to give shout outs, and I always wondered if I would get everybody. But I'm gonna shout out the most. Everybody who knows that I fuck with them, they don't need to get shouted out. But I need to shout out the people that y'all don't know that I fuck with. I want to shout out Johnny at South Street Diner. That's my guy. Responsible for the man that you've seen before you, the man that gave me the push the late nights. He saw me scheming way back when I first started coming to New England. I definitely want to shout out High in Rhode Island. And when I say High in Rhode Island, I don't mean Stanley, I mean High in Rhode Island. A big part of my legacy has been because of High in Rhode Island. And I definitely need y'all to understand how important he is to controlling the culture. And for my last one, I want to shout out Boogie. Because if it wasn't for Boogie, I wouldn't have known that there even was the means to a culture out here. And I know, a lot of people don't remember or understand how important on the role that he plays, but he's an icon. Like he's a major icon in Providence, Rhode Island. Definitely. And those 3 people that I mentioned, like I said, all my people that I do know, because it's too long of a list, but those 3 people I've never really got a chance to publicly address and show my appreciation, and I feel like they are the ones that I need to address. And there's many more, but right now, like I said, like the most 3 far-fetched that anybody would ever believe were important to me. I need them to understand that they are.
Bet. All right. Thank you for hanging out with Hot Now Ride. Appreciate your time.
All right, I'm gonna go back to drinking this Henny now.
Bet. It's a wrap.